it's your girl Nyesha Stone with Carvd N Stone, your weekly source of positive news. Right next to me, we got artist Taylor Bennett with me, and I'm so excited. I loved his set. It was really awesome, and it's funny. So shout out to Noni Juice. He thought I was Noni, and
I didn't think she was Noni, but only because I guess she is a brilliant black woman. She's doing this interview, and her hustle is unmatched. Know me, she was right here. She did like a similar interview. It was like 2 years ago. But Milwaukee, Wisconsin, black woman, y'all got it, man.
I love it. And so shout out to Noni Juice. And that was actually one of my first questions for you. So her interview, that was your first time performing at Summerfest.
Yes.
So from all the way back in 2021 to now in 2024, what are some differences or some similarities between the performances?
I think the difference is probably like I'm a little bit more comfortable within the music that I create. I think 2 years ago I had just put out that rock and roll album. So I was like trying it out and I was having a lot of success. Now I'm back to like juke music, Chicago, hip hop. But the rock and roll stuff is kind of like settled in. People really like it, my fans like it. So it's awesome, man. I feel like the biggest difference was comfortability. I was really comfortable. And then the show's different now. We got dancers and like, your boy getting money now, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, and the fans, man, you know, they always come out, but I think we had a few more folks this year. So, man, just growth, man, you know?
I love that. Ain't nothing wrong with growth. We all want growth. Yeah. And so you brought up, you know, having, going from rock, rap, hip-hop, juking, and all that. Yeah. So how important and why is it important for you to not put yourself in a box and do all these different genres?
It's super important, man, because I think that, like, I'm an independent artist, and a lot of times when I look at TV and I look at magazines, I feel like a lot of stuff is directed towards me. Like, it's like, oh yeah, like this is for the average black 20 through 30-year-old consumer. Like, and I understand marketing because I do my own marketing, but I think that, you know, people just period, no matter if you're black, white, whatever, we're all kind of like these palettes, and we all have the ability to create rainbows and use as many colors as we want. Sometimes I think we get too caught up in what we're supposed to be doing or what the idea of who we are is supposed to be. So for me, it's really important to continue to go through all these genres, because even if, and most of the time it does work out for me, but if it don't work out for me, you know, it's representation. So there's other artists, other listeners, just like I was when I was a kid that saw Kanye and a lot of different people, Jay-Z, like Test the Limits with Coldplay, that was like, oh shit, I'm gonna try my own rock shit. You know, so that's what it's about, man.
So we're creatives, right? Yeah. And sometimes we can get burnt out, especially now that you like make money off of it, right? Sure. So at first you're doing it for fun, then now it's like you're making money. So how do you keep that balance between like, I still really love this shit, but like I'm tired of this shit. So like, how do you keep that fine balance so you're like not getting burnt out?
For me, I feel like it's a little bit different, because like I said, I'm an independent artist, but like I'm really in the business. So like I manage my brother, Chance, the rapper, and a couple other artists, and I do all my stuff as well. And when you kind of get to, I feel like, a level like that, and you're working with artists that are free and have creative control of what they do, it's just like instead of me getting bored, like it's not like I just write bars. Like there was a point though that I just wrote bars and I got bored of that. And you know, I started doing rock shit. And then there were points where I was like, you know what? I love making the music of this, but the business is also a love of mine. And because of that, it's hard for me to get bored, because it's either like, oh, I'm having so much fun making this song, or oh my God, like we gotta get these splits right, or we gotta get this paperwork right. You know, so yeah.
So you're basically your own boss, right? And so what type of mindset do you have to put yourself in? Because, you know, I can wake up at any time. I can do this at any time, right? So how do you have that discipline for yourself? Because I know you work out, too. So
yeah, I've been falling into that. I think balance is, like, the best, you know, but honestly, like, balance can mean a lot of things. Like, my family, my wife and the kids, they went on, like, a road trip, like, a week ago. So I had the whole house to myself for, like, a week. And it was, like, the first time, probably, like, 2-3 years, and I was, like, at home by myself for a whole week. And I was just, like, hella smoking, and, like, I was jogging out. So I was doing all the things that I like to do. But basically saying that to say, it's like when you're quote unquote your own boss, it's like you still have expectations, not just for yourself, but for others. But you can't have expectations for other people if you don't have expectations for myself. So it's like, I could be my own boss, but you know, we got, you know, I think 37 employees. So it's like, if I wake up late, you know, like the scheduling call might happen, but how can I hold somebody accountable that was late for that, or that didn't logistically set the schedule or the Zoom link or whatever, if I'm not even there? So it's funny, but it's like being your own boss. You gotta wake up at like 6 a.m., you gotta go to sleep late. It's not like you have to get into the weeds on everything, but it's like an overseeing aspect that is like a 24/7 responsibility, you know?
I love that, and that is amazing that you have all these employees. Like for you to be a black man and providing jobs for people, that is literally the goal of mine.
Like I love that. See, that's what I'm talking about. So sometimes when black people do shit, they don't say it in the same way. Like they're not like, oh, you're providing. You're the first person I think I ever was like, you're providing all these jobs as a black man. I guess I am.
That's dope. Like I really like. My goal is I have my videographer over there. We have my reporter. I'm like, I want to literally have y'all retire with me.
And
like that's different.
Funny is like. I am like, you know, when it comes to like collaborators and folks that I work with, I always love to work with people from my community, our community, especially being like a hip hop artist and rap and having, you know, to do so much with the community. It's really good to have people that understand past just the bars, past like, again, the marketing, but then they have the understanding of what's potential and an understanding that maybe analytics don't show, you know, from surveys. So yeah.
I love that. Well, my last question for you is for Milwaukee and Chicago. How would you like to see us come together? We cousins, we right there. How can we come together? What can we do as two cities?
You know what's funny is like I just, you know, this is again my second time driving up here, but it's like 2 hours away. I really do think that, you know, Milwaukee and Chicago should have like more events. Like I feel like if there was like, and you could fuck with me on this shit, cause like I know you just talked to Lala, but we got this track that's going crazy. Called Too Much, and it's a juke song, and we've been throwing juke parties, and I know that in Wisconsin,
I used to throw house parties.
Milwaukee, exactly, and y'all also footwork here, right?
Yep.
So like that's a big thing in Chicago, and we've been throwing all these parties. It would be raw to figure out how to do like maybe even this summer like a back-to-back, like we do something in Chicago, we do something in Milwaukee. Just let me know, you know, because people come out, they want to support.
Yes.
Let's do it.
I love it. Well, yeah, y'all heard it here, y'all, and remember, in the end, everything will be carved in stone.
Let's get it.
In the end, everything will be carved in stone.